What's up, girls and boys? What's up, internet? I am Bianca, and welcome to the 4th Sunnyside game mechanics and features video. So, like I've mentioned in the previous video, today's video is going to deal about the caves that had just been released or added into the alpha version of the game, as well as the phone and the current apps available to it. So, let's not dilly-dally any further and start off with the caves. The caves is one of the locations you can visit in Sunnyside. You can find the caves looking at your map to the east of Sako's grocery store by the mountains. You can follow along the sign up until you get to this little cottage here and head towards the direction of that indentation in the map where the cave is. And boy, are these the most gorgeous caves I've ever seen in a farming sim game. Rainy Games really outdid themselves with the lighting and overall ambience of the caves. Though, apart from the aesthetics, there isn't really much to find here right now, but Rainy Games have stated that there will be about 5 more levels to the caves. They have also explicitly stated that this place will not and never will include monsters, and that it is not intended to look or work like mines from other games. What they can say about the caves, though, is that it's going to be different from what we've experienced in other games, and what we have in the alpha is just a taste of what's to come. Now, let's talk about the phone. One of the things that I certainly adore on this game is how we didn't cut ourselves off from technology and ditched our phone, which is what is commonly done in games of the same genre in the past. What's really cool about the phone in this game is that whatever we do with it is depicted not just on the phone screen at the left of our avatar, but on the actual phone our avatar's model is holding. We can also move the phone around, which is a nice little touch. What I don't like about it, though, is how blurry it could be and how difficult it is to see some of the text. There are different apps which could be installed in your phone. There's the messaging app, the camera, the photo album, navigation, to-do list, journal, cookbook, drone, and Sunnyside's online store app. There are also the storage and save apps, you could say, in the phone. All of these apps could be accessed by pressing F on your keyboard. The messaging app is a useful tool the villagers of Sunnyside use to communicate with you, and I suppose with one another. Here, you can receive messages and reply to them to trigger certain events and vice versa. The messaging app is also used by Sunnyside to notify you that your order has been delivered. When it comes to the messaging aspect, all replies are done via choices. You merely select which response suits your personality or your preference better. The camera app is quite obviously used for taking pictures of the villagers and the scenery found in Sunnyside or whatever really floats your boat. These images can then be viewed in the photo app and used as wallpapers for your phone. Sadly, you cannot zoom in or out with the camera in the alpha version, but it's something you most certainly can do in the full game. You can also use your camera to add waypoints, but it's not something I've personally used myself since I found no reason to use it while I was playing the game. The Journal app is where you can find all of your quests, from the main story ones to the Harmony, which I am assuming is what they call the heart events or quests in this game, the secondary quests, completed quests, and the quests you failed. This app also shows information regarding these quests. The cookbook app is one I've already shown you guys in passing in the previous video, and as I've mentioned there, this gets populated by the recipes you've obtained throughout the game. How long it takes to cook these items, what utensils are used for its cooking, and the ingredients you will need in order to cook them. What's really helpful in this app is that it shows you which ingredients you have, depicted by the green color used on the ingredient's name, and those that you don't have, which are shown in red. Next, we have the weather app, which gives you the forecast. It shows the weather for the current day as well as the next day and the day after that, which is useful if you are the type of person who plans their chores and activities based on weather. The to-do list app is a helpful app for when you are building and customizing your farm, as you can use it to toggle these projects and pin them on the screen so you can see what materials you might be missing and needing. Upon pinning them to the screen, you can then see them to the right of your display. You can scroll through the list by pressing the Z and X buttons on the keyboard. Sunnyside is another app that I have tackled in a previous video. As I mentioned before, you can get this app installed through Kat, who sends it to you via text after you've met her during your second day in Sunnyside. Sunnyside is where you can buy all your seeds in the game, and what seeds are sold changes depending on the season. The minimum number of seeds you can buy is 5 though, and you will have to pay for the delivery of these seeds. You can choose from same-day delivery, which will be available in the full release of the game, the next-day delivery, which costs 30 euros, and economy delivery, which takes 3 to 5 days for your order to be delivered and whose delivery is affected by the weather. It's the cheapest option though, for only 10 euros. Then we have the drone app, another app we've already talked about previously. The drone app is given to us by Hiro after Kat tells us about him and how he could help us with our housing problem. It's the app that mostly deals with the homestead customization part of the game. Although you can just use it to take a look at your surroundings, an option available by pressing 1 on your keyboard, or you can use it to take photos, which is toggled by pressing 3 to give you shots you otherwise wouldn't be able to get with just your standard camera app. Following that is the backpack icon on your phone, which simply put just takes you to your inventory. It is much more efficient to just press tab though to open up your pack rather than using your phone for it. The floppy disk icon, at least in the Influencer Alpha, is where we can switch profiles and load and delete saves. From what I've gathered though, it is also going to be our save anywhere function, since in the Influencer Alpha, our games can only be saved when we go to sleep. Lastly, of course, is the navigation app, which brings up the entire map of Sunnyside, which again is such a huge map. You can scroll through the map using the WASD keys, and you can zoom in and out using the mouse scroll button. You can also rotate the map, but it's something I cannot pull off in the version of the game that I got. Now, there are more apps in the full version of the game, and I do know we can have some more installed by purchasing them in Hiro's shop, but what those apps might be will be something we can all look forward to and be surprised about in the full release. And well, that's all for part 4 of this series of videos. I had planned to include the villagers here, but decided against it since I didn't want to make this video longer than the rest, and it will end up being quite long if we included the villagers here for today. So instead, the villagers video will be our main topic for our next Sunnyside game mechanics and features video. I hope to see you all then, so until that time, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye bye for now, keep safe everyone, and thanks for watching.